Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. Today I'm bringing you a temple trekking guide, and hopefully it's just in time for tomorrow's task update. Now, I'm sure probably that a task will tomorrow involve temple trekking because it's one of the most prominent mini-games in Mauritania, so I expect getting a certain character to level 99 or getting a piece of the lumberjack clothing or something will be a task, possibly like chop a tree while wearing a lumberjack boots or something like that might be a task. So hopefully this guide will help for tomorrow's update. That's probably the main reason why I did it today. I've always planned on doing this guide, so I hope you find this helpful, guys. And in this guide I'm going to go into leveling the characters the fastest. I'm going to show you all the events and just explain in a lot of general information about the game itself and my opinion, the best way to do the event. To do the game, the mini game even. So I hope you enjoy, guys, and here we go. Right, guys, I'm going to show you pretty much the gear setup and the invent setup that you want to be using. Now, your gear setup is pretty much combat gear. You just want to have some high defense gear as well as having combat gear, because you will be doing some combat, but now it only depends what difficulty you'll be training. Now, obviously, there's 3 levels of companions: easy, medium, and hard. And you're pretty much only going to be killing stuff if you're on the hard setting. The others you're going to be letting your companion kill. However, there's a certain event, the vampire event, that you will have to kill anyway. So I recommend having like good combat gear on, basically. And I also recommend using your RDK. And I'm not sure what level you need for the Kandarin Monastery teleport. However, I recommend having the cape that can tell you there if you've got it, because this is a great altar to use while you are doing this minigame. And then I also recommend having completed Branches of Darkmere so that you can get the Dragon's Medallion. Now, you don't actually have to complete the quest. As long as you start it and get the teleport to Burgh de Rott, basically that's all you'll need on this medallion. So that's as far as you'll have to go, and that's a very useful teleport to have, especially when you're going to the Alder, basically. Now, I recommend having a healing familiar, such as a unicorn. You can also use a titan. A bunyip might not suffice, however, if not, then you're going to have to just bring more food and just make the odd bank, and you can help yourself survive like that. So, as you can see, I've bought a couple of brews just in case, and I've also got 2 restores so that I can recharge my summoning points and also act as prayer points. Now, I've brought them in flasks just so they'll last a bit longer, and I've also brought some prayer renewals so that my prayer will last longer, so I have to bank less. So then I've also got some sharks. Now, this will be very useful in an event that I'll show you later. While 6 sharks might not go very far if you keep getting that event, it's going to save you some time, because that event really will take a while without having food already in your invent. And I recommend after using it, probably just banking to get some more, because without it, the event is very, very annoying. So also in your inventory, I recommend having a blisterwood polearm. Now this is gained from the quest, the darkness of not the darkness of Hallerville, Branches of Darkmere. Now, without this, if you don't have this, I recommend bringing in Evander's Flail or Ivander's Flail, which you get from the quest before this in the series, I assume. So, which I recommend doing. You must have done Darkness of Hallerville really to do this, and if you haven't done Darkness of Hallerville, I don't recommend doing this minigame. And since the task update is tomorrow, I'd really recommend getting them quests done if you want to be able to do all the tasks. So, the other thing to mention is you should have a Blessed Sickle, which you'll get from an early quest in the series, and then a druid pouch. And also, before you start the minigame, I'd recommend going into the swamp and casting Bloom on this thing. Now, Bloom just uses your prayer points, that's all it does, and you can cast, as long as you get prayer points, you can cast it infinitely. And you stand next to some rotten logs while you cast it. So let me just run to the swamp and I'll show you what to do. It's just southwest here. This is Fairy Ring's a great way to get here as well, if you can't tell it you can if it's otherwise. So then you'll have the swamp gate here. Now if I enter, I'll get some loading screen. Oh, that's because I've unlocked the ability. I'll show you the rewards after, so that I can explain what the hell just happened. So as you can see, there's a rotting log here. If you stand next to it and cast Bloom, if I stand next to it and cast Bloom, not right now, if I cast it, there you go, pick fungi on log. And as you can see, I picked the fungi. Now, to add 1 charge to this druid pouch, this is not very useful, is it? I'm going to tell you to Burgh de Rott. You cannot do that. I'm not in combat. Jagex. Right, anyway, yeah, so you gotta get 3, like, fungus or there's another item you can pick up as well that'll charge your Stewed Pouch. Now what this does is make guests visible so that you can attack them. So I recommend getting a decent amount of charges first, because there is one event where you have to do this, and it'll save you doing it during the minigame, which is fairly a hassle. Now, another thing to mention about the medallion is that this little cave entrance here is where you got it, and it's where you recharge it. So I'll show you how to recharge it, because you don't want to run out of charges. And you see this little blood pool here, this is where you'll submerge it. And there you go, it'll be recharged to 10 charges. However, when you teleport with it inside Mauritania, it will not use a charge. Now, to show you where to start this minigame, and I do recommend starting from this side, because you've got to tally to Burgh de Rott, and it's a lot closer to a teleport. The other one I'll show you after I complete a trek. So, as you can see, I've actually already got a guy out, but pretend I haven't. So you'll read this notice board, as you can see, and there's a easy guy, which I've actually got to level 98 already. There's a medium guy, and a hard guy. Now, as you can see, they all unlock different abilities the higher level they get. So, like, as you can see on the hard one, stuns enemies within a small radius once it gets to level 20, and level 60, it lowers their defenses by annoying them. At 92, ability to cast other, heal other, and at 99, its damage heal spells effects increases, and damage inflicted reduces. And then on the medium one, there's other things like start using better weapons, and on the easy one it gets even more powerful, like it can use a whip at level 80, and it really helps. And then for the rewards, as you can see, the main rewards for this are 100, are based on getting your different characters at different levels. So there's obviously these rewards that increase the ability of your little guy. Now if you click these, it says unlock a shortcut option from the Swamp Gates to the Nature Spirit's Grotto. So you see, that's the one I just used, and I'm actually going to turn that off because that's not very useful, so I don't want that. And then at 200 there's the Constructor's Hat. Now there's two sets of skill gear that you can get from this minigame, and that's the full construction set and the Lumberjack set, which will boost woodcutting, and they both boost by 2.5% when you have the full set. Now, construction is gained by getting levels on your guys, and the Lumberjack is based from one event that you can find randomly, but I'll show you the best way to get that. 300 is the Constructor's Trousers, 400 it is the Constructor's Garb, which I think is the top, I'm not 100%, and then 500 is a very useless one. It's a very useless one there, because when this minigame was released, it was before the Dragon's Medallion, so it added a teleport to Burgh de Rott from your games necklace. However, they added this, which teleports there infinitely pretty much. And then at 594, there's a very interesting reward of a new familiar, which costs 50k to buy. Now this familiar gives prayer XP when it does damage, and it's a guest familiar, but it seems very expensive to use, and it's not very good in combat. So it seems pretty silly, and it's a high reward, it's hard to get. And obviously it also decays. It also prevents your food from decaying while in combat. So yeah, that summarizes the rewards. So I'm gonna get the easy guy out again, just because I'm gonna quickly rush through. Well, actually, I'm not gonna get the easy guy out. I don't want to level him to 99 yet, because I'm actually saving him to level to 99 in case it's a task. So I'm just gonna run through the swamp quickly. Now I'm not gonna explain any of the events yet. I'm just gonna get to the other side so I can show you where the start point is. So I'm gonna pause it while I get there. So as you can see, I just finished the little trek through, and I just wanted to show you the start point from the other side. Now, as you can see, it's right next to the Patadermis Temple, and the little notice board just says exactly the same. So if I click the notice board, you'll have the rewards, which are exactly the same from this side as from the other side. So this is why I recommend doing both quests, so that you can get to the side start, get to the other side start, and so on. So as you can see, they've got the different rewards again. See, at level 25 you get the construction boots on this guy, and at level 99 you get the Canifus Trapdoor to Morton shortcut, which is a very that shortcut is a very useful one if you haven't got the teleport to Burgh de Rott. And then you get the construction gloves from this guy at level 85, which I've got at level 53 already. So now I'm going to show you every single minigame that you can get, basically, and also how to, pretty much how to start. So once you click a guy, so I'm just going to click this easy guy, and you'll teleport here. Now you won't have to give them food because generally you'll be killing stuff too fast or getting through. The easy guys can generally cope on their own, or you can tank stuff yourself. So the first, you just want to talk to them and hold spacebar and then click start track. Now, to summarize like pretty much what happens, in between every event you'll get this screen. You'll have 3 paths, 1 hard, 1 medium and 1 easy. So if I click continue easy path, when you click it, you'll say, this looks to be the easiest route, I'll be going this way, yes. Or you can right click and click quick continue. Now I think once you get to a certain level, it'll actually tell you a bit about the event. This should be fairly challenging, but it doesn't tell you, it has to get to a certain level before it'll say, it looks like there's a bridge ahead or something like that. And you can kind of predict the event from what he says. So you can pick one to avoid a certain event, or if you're aiming for a lumberjack, if it says it looks to be a bridge ahead, that is the way you want to go, because you'll get the lumberjack event. Or the other event, there's obviously a 50-50 chance it'll be the lumberjack, because there's 2 bridge events, one where you have to cut down trees and one where you kill lumberjacks. So this is the little scenario when you have the 3 paths, and you'll pick the one you want to do. Now, a hard will give you bigger rewards, obviously, and easier is going to level them faster. So I'm going to summarize later in the guide how to level them the fastest. Easy and medium level a certain way, and hard you have to level another way. So I'm going to now summarize each single event in I'm going to describe how to do every single event. So I'm going to show you that now. Okay, so first we've got the nail beast event. Now this is just a combat event, you just want to kill them as fast as you can, and they also drop some drops. So they drop the nail beast nails and charms. Now the charms give you very good summoning XP when used in conjunction with crimson charms, and the nails you can pick up for money, which are about 240 GP each, as I checked. Now the next event is the Firewatch event. Now this you must use a silver weapon or your blisterwood polearm from from Branches of Darkmere. So you just want to kill these and just carry on. Now there's normally one gets stuck at the north, and it seems to get stuck a few times every time I got this event, so you want to check that. Next event is the Nature Spirit event. Now you'll just jump across the bridge and he'll turn you into a water creature if you right click him, and you just want to douse all the fires. You have to click on every single bush, and as you can see I just skipped a bit there so that you didn't have to watch it for half an hour. So the next event is the Ghast event. Now as you can see, this is where you use your Druid pouch. You just want to run next to the Ghast. As they attack you, you use the Druid pouch automatically. It'll turn them into attackable creatures, and then you just want to kill them all using a unicorn whenever you need a heal. So this event can take quite a while because they seem to take, sometimes you can't hit them very well. Sometimes you'll just wreck them. So the next event is the I seem to have left a little clip in here. Ignore that. That's just me being a noob. So you just want to start the next game. Wait, and so yeah, right. Some reason I recorded a little clip extra there I didn't need to do. So this event's the bug event. So as you can see, you gotta pull a stick off the bush, and you gotta check every single square, and it'll say if it says it's firm, you'll walk onto it automatically. You just pretty much gotta find a path across it. It's quite self-explanatory. You just keep using it on spots until you find a path that's firm. The next event is like the tentacle event. This is like the Kraken from Pirates of the Caribbean, and you just want to kill all the tentacles. Simple as that. It's a very, very easy combat event, to be fair. Like, I expected more from this event. So you just want to kill them all. Your character won't help fighting these, I don't think. And you want to just kill all the tentacles, then kill the head last. I think that's the way you've got to do it. That's the way I did it, and it works. I don't think you can damage the head until you kill the tentacles, and then you right click the boat to continue. The next combat event is the giant snakes. Now these can do quite a bit of damage. Use your unicorn if you have to, and just kill all the snakes. These are quite annoying to click on. You can misclick very, very easily, and because they're so thin and they move around a lot, especially when they're attacking. Now these, if you skin them, they drop snake hides, and you want to pick them up if you want to make money, because they're about 1.5 each or whatever. I just price checked, so you could have seen it on screen. The next combat event is the giant snails. Now these do a lot of damage with range. Now if you have a snail, it'll reduce the damage dramatically. Now the next event is the undead lumberjack event. Now this is where you can get the lumberjack items. So as you can see, I just got a lumberjack boots. Now you don't get them all the time. It's every so often you'll get one. You want to just pick up the planks and fix the bridge, and that's as simple as that. The next event is a very friendly event. You'll just talk to him, he'll heal you and your companion and turn any rotten food into stews. The next event is one of my favourites, You just you run around, lure all the skeletons, and click unleash on the tomb in the middle. And as you can see, anyone in direct like view of the tomb, it'll just one hit, and then you just want to kill any remaining skeletons after the 2 uses of the tomb that you get. The next event is the shade event. This event you just want to run around, kill all the shades, very easy. And there's quite a lot of them, however, and it's a big area, so they can walk around, and you can miss one quite easily. And then you just want to, after you kill them, leave. So the next one is very similar to the Undead Lumberjack. It's the same arena, and you just want to chop the trees, and instead of getting the planks, you do that. The next event is the campsite. Now there's many dead people, or sick people even, and you need to feed them food. Now this is why I said keep food in your inventory, because so you can just use the food automatically. However, if you're not, you want to chop a log, build a fire, and you want to kill the snails for their meat and use the meat of the people, and that's as simple as that. So next you have the little river event. So you want to grab 3 branches off the tree, tie them together, make a rope, lasso it onto the thing, and then you can jump. And that's what I mentioned just before I go into how to level on the fastest is once every track you finish, you'll get a reward token based on like which events you did. So you have like obviously the easy path, the medium paths, and the hard paths. And generally, if you do all the hard paths, you'll get a red token. If you do the medium paths, a yellow, and if you do the easies, a blue. Like obviously, it doesn't always work like that. Sometimes you'll do all the hards and you'll still get a yellow one. So basically, I'll just say thanks for leading me through. Here's a reward token. And on the reward token, there's many things. So you can get some pure essence, and it says if it's a red token, it's 100 to 300 essence, and so on. It tells you everything about how much you'll get. So obviously, look, they do overlap. So you can get more from a yellow token than a red. It's kind of random. Obviously, you can get bowstring too. It's quite self-explanatory. I don't know why the hell I've got a picture of a bronze bar when it's silver bars. It's Jagex for you. And then obviously, this is herbs. You'll get like 2 to 7 high-level herbs for the red one. And that could make you some decent money. You can also get some ores, like iron and coal, watermelon seeds. You can get some raw sharks, or you can get the XP lamp, which is what I get every time. Now it's random, it has a list of skills that it can possibly be, and it's just any of them. I think the reason there's many skills and it's random is to prevent you from like training a specific skill here, so that you know, because I'm sitting here getting a lot of thieving XP, which is not efficient at all. While getting this, if I got Slayer XP every time, it might be quite efficient to actually do this. So that's why they've changed it. Like that's why they've done that, I assume. But another reward I want to mention, if I just quickly tell you to Burgh de Rott and go to the rewards there. Now, there is one very good reward from one of the characters leveling up to 99, and I recommend getting this character at 99 first for this specific reason. Because as you can see, I've used quite a lot of my Druid pet charges, and it's very annoying to keep on charging. So if I go to the sign and go to my medium character, level 99 is Druidic, reward unlimited Druid pouch, and that's why I recommend getting. So you'll basically have one of these that lasts forever, and that is an amazing item. And if you're going to plan on getting them all to 99, I recommend getting that first. So now I'm going to go in how to level them the fastest. And there's 2 methods, and there's one for the easy and medium characters and one for the hard. So I'm going to go into showing you the easy and medium one first. Right, so what I've done is just get my medium guy out, so it's just this guy here. The one called Gene. I have no idea how to pronounce it. Oh, they disappeared, look at that. So when I get Gene, medium or easy, now you just talk to them as usual, start the game. Now, for this technique, you can't do the hard path. You want to stick to the easy or medium paths. Now, for the medium characters, you probably want to stick to the easy paths, and for the easy ones, you can go in the medium. Now, so I'll take the easy path, and what you want to do is get a combat game. So as you can see, I've just got a combat game, and you want to let the person kill the creatures. Now, you can heal them, or you can just attack them once, get them all on you. So I can sit there and tank it while she attacks it. So if you have your familiar out, so let's just summon my familiar, and then I can use that to heal me, and that should be easily and sufficient, especially on the easy games, because all of them are like level 80 and very low levels, and I'm just going to wait for her to kill them. Now this is very boring and it takes quite a while, but this is much faster than just rushing the events. So as you can see, she just got a level, and she's level 43 at the minute. So this is actually the fastest way, and by the end of this event she'll probably gain a couple more levels possibly. Now, the easy characters is very, very fast, because the easy characters are the strongest and have like best gear and they can kill things very quickly, while the hard characters are completely scared and paranoid, so they don't attack, or very very rarely, and they don't attack till very high levels. So for them there's a different technique, which will be rushing the events. So as you can see, this one's nearly dead. Just gonna wait for it to kill these, and this is all you do. You'll do this for the easy ones and it'll work a lot faster than this. Now the best events are like the shade events, as you can see now, level 44. So the best event is like the shade event, because there's like absolutely loads of monsters, you know. The ghast event's always good, but the vampire combat events, she hasn't got a silver weapon or a blisterwood weapon, which is the weapons you've got to use. So you've actually got to wait, you've got to kill them yourself or skip the events, because there's no point waiting for them to kill them, because they can't. They're not in their attack, and if they did, they won't be able to hit anyway. So as you can see, this is all you do for the easy and medium characters, and it's the fastest way. So now I'm going to go into the hard characters. Right, so for the hard characters, obviously, I haven't actually started with these yet, but I know how to do them. So as you can look, I'm showing you the rewards now, and as you can see, level 1, right? Level 20, ability to run. He can't even run till level 20. Level 40, a shepherd's walking stick. No idea what it does. Level 80, not dead yet. He starts dealing double damage. And level 99, he has the ability to cast Wind Strike. And if I go to my spells, Wind Strike level 1 spell. So you can see the problem. They can't like participate in combat. As you can see, he's a very old man, so he's not going to be wanting the combat. So this is why they're harder, because they're harder to keep alive. So basically, the best way to train these is just rushing events, because every NPC does get XP for completing events. However, they get more XP for combat, which I think is a fail on Jagex part. So I've got the vampire event, so I've got to keep him safe, because this guy will die very fast. So I've got to make sure I get them all on me and not on him at all, because if he dies, I'm gonna fail and he's gonna get no levels. So if you are wanting to level the hard one for 99, this is the way to do it. Just rush the events, kill everything yourself in combat events. The non-combat events obviously much faster anyway, well most of them are. So just carry on rushing. Now, as you can see, level 7 already from one event. However, obviously it slows down a lot. So there's certain events that you probably want to skip, and speaking of skipping events, this is probably one of them. Now, unless you do what I said earlier and keep food in your invent and do this event like that, then I recommend not doing this event. So if you do want to skip, what the best way to do is just do this. Lobby out, but I'm going to pause it while I lobby. And as you can see, when you log back in, you're back to the start with the same guy, and you can just say start over and continue like this. And you just do this every time you get a bad event, because you don't want to waste time doing long events, because it's going to take a long time. So as you can see, I'm actually out of the druid patch now, so I do what I said earlier, and you can cast bloom and pick them up from the logs in here. Now obviously this takes quite a while. Pick the fungi. Now they've actually done themselves. I think this guy did it there. Obviously the people can do it themselves, as I mentioned earlier. However, most of the time they won't. So you've got to do it yourself and waste your druid pack charges. But this is another use to getting that medium guy to 99, so that you can get the infinite druid pouch, and that'll save you a lot of time doing this. So I'm not going to bother using them because I can't be bothered. I will get that person to 99 eventually, but to me, I hate getting that druid patch so much, I'd probably just skip this event if I need it. So just gonna, as you can see, just rushing. Let's see how many levels he gets. Level 11, so he just got 4 levels instead of 7. So as you can see, it's going to slow right down. To get to 99, it does take quite a while on the hard characters. So now I've got the bug event, so obviously you just sit there and rush. It's simple as that. So I think that's the end of the guide, guys. There's nothing else I really need to say. So I hope this has really helped you, and I hope this is helpful for the tasks tomorrow. I'm sure it'll probably come up somewhere. I'm not sure what the task will quite be though. So I hope this has helped you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow for another video. Well, I'm not actually 100% sure what I'll be doing tomorrow. I may live stream the tasks as they come out. However, I'm not 100% sure what I'll do. If you do have any suggestions for what you want me to do tomorrow, then please leave it in the comments, because I'd like a suggestion, because I'm not really sure how to do the video on the tasks update, because obviously I'm not going to know the best way to do them on release, but I want to do them on release, you know, because I want my competition to skate back. So I was thinking a live stream, because that's very easy to do, and I can just show you me doing the tasks, and you can come join me doing the tasks or whatever you want to do. But please leave a suggestion what you want me to do for the task system update tomorrow, and I'll take that into account. So thanks for watching, guys. See you later.